Every once in a while, a game comes out that turns me into an addict. Itching for that rush, that digital shot of adrenaline when you're being hunted, that feeling of satisfaction when you stalk your prey, strategizing, calculating your next move, applying proper ORM. This is a game that checks every box on the list of what I love about multiplayer PC games. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is an intense battle royale style game where 100 players parachute down to an island, try to scavenge for weapons inside of buildings, and then try to kill one another until there's one player alive who is crowned winner winner chicken dinner. You can play by yourself in a solo mode, with a friend in duo mode, or with a 4-player squad. Each mode requires a different strategy of gameplay. If you're playing with a 4-player squad, everyone has to be on the same page, in constant communication, moving together, calling out targets, organizing, and plotting.
Knocked him out. Oh, he's up there too. 2 of them. Got 1, got 2. Fuck yeah. Woo, bitch!
The game is in early access, but it is well worth it. Currently, there is one map that measures roughly 5 miles by 5 miles. A white circle of safety randomly appears on the map, and then a blue circle, which is some type of electric field, surrounds the white safety circle, and it slowly closes in, draining the life of anyone stuck inside of it. As the game progresses, the white circle shifts and shrinks. This keeps players moving. It ramps up the tension as you have to move closer to the white circle, just waiting to be shot as you pass through a field. This forces players to rethink their strategy. Eventually, the circle is tiny, putting you on edge, watching every angle. It's pretty damn intense. And that feeling of unease is addictive. It's what I love about multiplayer shooters. The map itself is very diverse, with numerous towns, random houses, ruins, rivers, bridges, military bases. There are a ton of places where you can start on your journey. When you first get into the game and find yourself in the airplane, you have the option to jump out of the plane at any time. As you're falling, you can look around and see if anyone else is going to the same place as you. If someone is parachuting into the same area as me, my strategy is usually to quickly find a weapon, any weapon, and then immediately run towards where I saw the other player dropping down. Most of the time, this decision catches the player off guard. Shock and awe, rush in, do the deed, have the area to myself. Listening to your surroundings is as important to your success as the visual. Hearing someone stomping around in a building gives you the opportunity to silently sneak to their position and then unleash hell. Sometimes you'll be in a house and then hear a vehicle approaching. The vehicle will stop and you'll hear players running around outside. You'll wait patiently, not giving away your position, waiting for them to open that door. And then, kablamo! This is not a game where you should have music playing as you're playing the game. You need to be tuned into your surroundings and listening to everything. There's really 2 ways to play the game. Slow and steady, being sneaky and waiting around, or running and gunning. Never stop moving, rush, rush, rush. Both strategies have served me well. And to tell you the truth, when I'm the most careless, when I'm just running and running and running and not really being all that sneaky, I find that I do better. Maybe it's just catching people off guard. I don't know. But when I'm in a squad, a 4-player squad, I find that we sneak around a lot more than when I play solo. When you actually win a match, it feels like such a huge accomplishment. When you die early on, it's really not a big deal. You can easily hop into another game. But if you die late in the game, if you're like in the top 10, the frustration is real. But you instantly want to come back and try again, because you probably learned something that you can apply to the next match. While the game is fun as hell, and I'm really happy with the current version of it, there's definitely room for improvement, and some of these things have already been addressed and are currently in the works. One of the biggest issues is vaulting or climbing over obstacles. Right now, if a wall or crate or window isn't short enough for you to jump over or through, then you're unable to get over it. I'm not talking about 10 feet walls. I'm talking about short walls, walls that you could easily jump over or climb over in real life. But when they add the vaulting system that's currently in production, it will really change the dynamic of the game, especially close quarters combat. It'll add another strategy option where you have to think vertically in planning your assault. New maps are also in the works, which is awesome. One is a smaller map set in a desert, which is more focused on close quarters urban combat. And the other, the one that really piques my interest, is a large map near the Adriatic Sea. It will feature thick forests on the north side, Mediterranean coasts on the south side, and snowy mountains in the center. Aside from those already announced additions, I personally feel like there should be an option to host your own player-made server where you can customize the gaming experience for everyone in the server and even implement a first-person only option. I'd also like to see some of the shooting mechanics fixed. What I mean by that is, well, sometimes you're prone behind a wall or something, you pop up in the crouch position and you start firing, but your bullets end up hitting the top of the wall, when your reticle is obviously looking over the wall. It's almost like first person and third person aiming don't line up. Maybe that's not the case, but that's just how it seems. It's a really hard phenomenon to explain unless you've experienced it. Also, I'd like to hear more ambient noise. Birds chirping, wind rustling, that kind of stuff. If you're not moving or nothing is going on around you, the world seems silent and lifeless, to the point where I have to check if my speakers are on. But yeah, some ambient soundscapes would be nice. It would bring more life to the map. Other than that, man, I don't really know what else can be added to improve my level of enjoyment. I think the guns that they already have in the game are good enough. Everything feels pretty damn balanced, and adding more might kind of change that for the worse. For me, Battlegrounds is about the rush, the shifty nervousness, the intense multiplayer battle royale experience. People compare Battlegrounds to a lot of other games, and while it does resemble games like DayZ or H1Z1's King of the Hill or even Rust, what Battlegrounds reminds me of the most is World War II Online, which was a PC game that was released in 2001. In terms of surprise, strategy, and openness, World War II Online and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds really gives me a similar rush. A rush that I haven't felt this intensely in a video game in a long time. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is my type of game. It's an open world, winner takes all, no whining, stop bitching, get some type of game that I've always loved. The consequences are real, the victories taste delicious. A game hasn't hooked me like this in a long time. Like I said earlier, it's about the feeling of isolation, the heavy reliance on strategy, the luck of finding loot, the thought of always being in someone's crosshair. Games like this have always been on the top of my list, where PvP comes with consequences, where there's real satisfaction for taking down your foes. I personally can't recommend PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds enough. The frustration is real, but it's what makes victories that much more enjoyable. You learn from your mistakes. It's a game free of nerf. It's a game that was made for me. HelloGreedo, out.
Maybe. Come on, Circle, do your job and flush this guy out.
Keep an eye on that area. I'm gonna keep an eye behind us.
Oh, I see him.
Location. Oh, see him too. Fuck yeah, bitch. Woo! Did you get that kill or?
Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
you got the kill? Nice.
Yeah, I got it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell fucking yeah. 724 bucks.
I'm gonna totally buy half of a gas mask. Nice.
What's the screenshot button in Steam?
I was recording that, so.
Oh, fuck yeah, nice.
Always with you, it cannot be done.